everybody, it's Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic, and this is Brain Snob, episode 66. So yes, I'm a chiropractor, and everybody will say to me, I don't have back pain. Okay, so you don't have back pain, but guess what? You've got burnout, and that is what I focus on as a chiropractor who wants you to become a brain snob, because that's the opposite. So hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Ann Homick from Homick Advanced Chiropractic, and I want you to be the best that you can be. We need your full participation in the world, and you can't do that with a burdened brain, which is a disease magnet. But we want that performing brain, because everybody needs you, and you've got to enjoy life, and there's a lot out there for you to enjoy. So people will say, I don't have headaches, or there's nothing wrong with me, I'm fine. Well, let's delve into that a little deeper, and you're going to tell me some things that are not. Now, I hate focusing on the negative, but that's the only way we actually get to appreciate the positive. I am a preventive wellness type of doctor. I do chiropractic for maintenance care. I want you to not get the big, horrible, nasty stuff. I want you to nip it in the bud when it's easy to fix. But if you're not paying attention to it and not looking closely at your lifestyle, you're going to be in for a surprise. We always get our cars inspected once a year because we have to. So what if you had a little life evaluation once a year? Probably quarterly would make more sense, but I'm going to ask you some questions right now to help you figure out if you're suffering from burnout. And what do I call it? How do I describe it? I call it vagus failure. When that parasympathetic nervous system is not working properly, it's just dropped out to the bottom. It's in the bottom of the bucket, and you are not healing. The vagus nerve is part of the parasympathetic nervous system, and that is when you get the rest, digest, and heal functions. This should be happening more often than stress should be happening. Now, when you're under stress, the sympathetic nervous system goes into action. That's the fight or flight. That's the one that's protecting you from dangerous situations. Now, your body goes in fight or flight when you have stress, and that can be mechanical stress, chemical stress, or emotional stress. Your brain can't differentiate. It says, I don't care. I'm going to save this life and do whatever it takes to keep the heart running, to keep the brain connected to the body, to keep the blood flow. And that is important because, let me start over. Okay, I'm back again. Had to answer a question. When somebody has a question, it's important to answer it. So burnout is that vagus failure, when your body is just too depleted to help itself, when it cannot save itself. That's when fight or flight has gone overboard. So let's get back into balance. I provide a vagus reset. That's the whole point of the services in my office, and it's part of it is the BFA protocol, Brain First Always. This is the true mind-body approach. Some specialists do just the mind, some specialists do just the body. I do both because they're that entwined, they're that important. So here's the questions I want you to answer, not out loud, and take notes if you need to, but are you burned out? Well, how many of these apply to you for the mind, for that mental aspect of your life? Are you anxious? Are you fearful? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling worried or feeling incompetent, where you just decide you're not good at anything and nobody can appreciate your talents? And do you have memory problems? Poor concentration. Are you just not on top of things like you should be? Are you miserable at work? Now, a lot of stress comes from work, so these are important questions to answer, because not everybody can just take off and go find a new job. But if you have brain performance, you can better your job situation and find a job because you've got a healthier brain. So let's get back to the questions. Are you wishing to quit your job? Do you feel unutilized at your job? And are you unappreciated at your job? Do you not enjoy your time off? Are you not taking enough time off? Some people have time off, but they don't know what to do with themselves. that's a brain that just is too hyped up. It cannot rest. It's just in that frazzled state. Are you financially stressed? Oh, let me go back. Are you feeling your time is not yours? So different ways of looking at time. We all have 24 hours in a day. Some people are really effective with those 24 hours. And some people are too brain impaired. They don't have the oxygen in that prefrontal cortex. So we got to help boost that. That can be done. Are you financially stressed? Are you feeling isolated? Do you lack peer support? Loneliness is just not very fun. And we need that. We are supposed to be creatures that hang out, mingle, and we're in groups. So that peer support is very important. It gives us another part of that vagus nerve health, just feeling that you're belonging and accepted. I feel it. Do you have relationship tension? Are you dealing with an addiction to caffeine, alcohol, or smoking? That means your dopamine center is off, and we can fix that as well. It's a brain thing, and more specifically dopamine, but that is also affected by everything else. It's affecting your body. Do you have addictions to sugar, processed foods, and seed oils? Yeah, think about that one, because that also is part of the body side. Let's talk about when your body is burned out, not just your mind, but your body. This is the second half of my questionnaire. Do you have an inability to lose weight? Are you always tired, always fatigued? Do you have chronic pain that doesn't make sense? Do you have old injuries that never healed well? Do you crave sugar, there it is, and snacks, or are you excessively eating? Do you need to eat every 2 to 3 hours? Are you desiring caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine? That's a crossover one. That's mind and body. Very physical. Pain medicines don't touch your pain. Like it barely takes the edge off. That's what people describe to me. It doesn't touch it, or it is just barely helping. And, do you have high blood pressure? Do you have high blood sugar? Do you have high triglycerides? Do you have digestive irritation or irritable bowel syndrome? Do you have thyroid dysfunction? Do you have infertility? Are you dealing with multiple chemical sensitivities? Do you have environmental illness? People who have that know. They know. Last question. Do you have no energy at all left for healing, and your healing process is completely drained? So these are the questions I ask people to find out if they have burnout. And then what do? Well, we focus on how to alleviate that. Vagus burnout is not acknowledged properly, and it's not understood. And this might be new information to you. Congratulations! I'm glad you're here listening. There is no medical test for this, and therefore there is no drug protocol for this. This is the part that makes it very challenging, because now you have to do a lot of what I call low-tech, hands-on approaches, but it's definitely doable. Definitely doable. Injections and surgery do not address this. Not at all. The nervous system can really override so much in your body. So even these corrective measures that are invasive, you have high hopes for, don't work. So I want you to consider that carefully, because sometimes your nervous system is too hyped up that medical approaches aren't going to alleviate the problem. It's a good idea, it's a good start, it sounds good on paper, but it doesn't always work, and you have to prepare yourself for that and look at all the conservative avenues first that you have access to before doing the invasive procedures. Drugs for pain or dysfunction do not address this. So once again, it has a lot to do with lifestyle and the things that you do on a daily basis. Also, the mental health approach can open up somebody to understanding vagus failure. People know burnout and they can talk about it in mental health therapy, but it's beginning. It's a great start. You still need that brain-based chiropractic. You can't leave that out of the equation. And that's why I'm talking about this as a chiropractor who focuses on the subluxation approach to brain function, because your brain is the master system, that brain and spinal cord. They're the master. Start at the top. So if you think you're dealing with burnout, you need to give me a call and find out what you can do to do a vagus reset. And what we're doing is strengthening that vagus part of the nervous system and slowing down that sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight. If there's too much fight or flight, the vagus just drops. It's at the end of the road. It's exhausted. So we've got to get back into balance and understand that. You need nerve communication and you need tissue reception. Your tissues have to be able to receive it. If the tissues can't receive it, no healing is going to happen. So that's two sides that I concentrate on. Those are the two steps. So we're going to use the BFA protocol in order to accomplish this. And the BFA protocol is move the brain, feed the brain, talk to the brain. Low tech, hands-on, very doable. I want you to not be shy, ask me questions, and watch that orientation video that is on the website, createpurpose.com. So look for the next video. I'm going to come up with more episodes for you. I want you to have a great day, and hit like, hit subscribe, share this with somebody who is looking for answers, but they just don't know where to look, because it's hard sometimes when you're really stuck and you don't know which way to turn. So if you're burned out, get more information from me. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon on the next video.